Dear student, now I am going to start the ratio analysis. I have already introductory class for liquidity ratio and solvency ratio. Now today's topic is activity ratio. Out of activity ratio in the last class, I have completed the inventory turnover ratio and basic sum is discussed in this class. More problem will be done after entire topics ratio analysis. Lot of sum will be done on the board for practice. Now I am going to start trade receivable ratio. Trade receivable means sundry debtor and bills receivables are trade receivables. If we are able to recover the money from the debtors, it is indicating that our debt recovery ratio is good. It will give the liquidity of the company. I am repeatedly saying that activity ratio is most important. When company or organization is active, there must be good inventory turnover ratio, good trade receivable ratio. That means the organization or the company is collecting the money from the debtor in proper time and it is reusing in the business for production. And trade payable ratio of the company is inventory turnover ratio is good, rate of production good, then trade receivable ratio indicating you are able to sell the product in the market and we are making good recovery from the debtors. And when these are good, so automatically trade payable ratio will be good, because they are the trade receivable payable means they are supplying material to us and it is utilizing in production. That means it is credit purchase and bills payable is included here. Credit, sundry creditor and BP is included here. That means we are purchasing in credit and we are making payment smoothly. So I am giving importance today the trade receivable and trade payable. In the tomorrow or day after tomorrow I will take class on working capital turnover ratio. Most important thing, the trade receivable ratio is good. That means our debt recovery is good. We are selling the product in credit and with the reasonable time we are recovering the money from the debtors. As a result, trade cycle is smooth running because this money will be invested in inventory, also payment will be made and working capital turnover, that means working capital can easily procure. That means trade receivable ratio or trade receivable turnover ratio is the most important ratio. Then formula is trade receivable turnover ratio equal to, that is equal to credit revenue from operation by average trade receivable. That means what is credit revenue from operation? Then credit revenue operation means revenue from operation minus cash revenue will get credit revenue from operation. That is net credit sales equal to total sales or revenue, that is cash and credit minus cash revenue, we are getting credit revenue, and it is divided by average trade receivable. Credit revenue from operation by average trade receivable, that is debtors plus BR. That means credit revenue from operation, I am again explaining, total revenue minus cash revenue will get credit revenue. If it is credit revenue divided by average trade receivable, that is debtors and beer, that means opening beer, closing beer, opening debtors, closing debtors divided by 2, will get average trade receivable. That means the opening balance and closing balance of debtor and beer is divided by 2, then we will get average trade receivable. Also, I am giving the explanation regarding the trade payable turnover ratio equal to net credit purchase by average trade payable. That means total purchase minus cash purchase, we will get credit purchase. By average trade payable means opening sundry creditor, closing sundry creditors, opening BP, closing BP divided by 2 will get average trade payable. And both, that is, it is also expressed in time, that is trade receivable and trade payable also expressed in time. Now I have taken a small problem, that is, we have to calculate trade receivable ratio. Data is given, cost of goods sold is 3 lakhs, gross profit on this equal to 25% on cost. It is the cost of goods sold means this, and gross profit is equal to 25% on cost. 25% on cost. Opening debtors 50,000, then closing debtors 1 lakh, and cash sales equal to 25% of total sales. So we have to calculate first what is total sales. Now solution is, what is total sales? Cost of goods sold plus 25% gross profit, that is cost of goods, that is our formula is credit revenue from operation. First, revenue from operation, revenue from operation, revenue from operation equal to, what is revenue from operation? Revenue from operation equal to cost of goods sold plus gross profit. Cost of goods sold is 3 lakh plus GP, GP equal to 3 lakhs plus gross profit equal to, what is gross profit? 1/4 of this 3 lakh into 25% equal to 1/4, that is 75,000, that is equal to total sales, total revenue from operation equal to 3,75,000. 3,75,000 is revenue from operation. Now, then that is now 25%, it is the total revenue operation or sales. Then cash sales equal to, what is cash sales here? Cash sales equal to 25%, 25% of total sales, 20% of total sales, that is 3,75,000 divided by 5, it comes to 75,000 is cash sales. Therefore, credit sales equal to, what is the total sales? Therefore, credit sales equal to 3,75,000 minus 75,000, that is credit sale equal to 3 lakhs. Now average debtor, average, then formula is average trade receivable. Average trade receivable, trade receivable equal to opening debtor plus closing debtors by 2, that is equal to this plus this equal to 1,50,000 divided by 2 equal to rupees 75,000. Therefore what? The trade receivable ratio, trade receivable ratio equal to, formula is mentioned here also, credit revenue from operation. Credit revenue from operation, it is a revenue from operation equal to this, cash sale this, then credit sales equal to 3 lakh. That is credit sale equal to 3 lakh and average trade receivable, that is here only sundry debtors, there is no BR. So 1,50,000 opening plus closing by 2 equal to 75,000, that is equal to 4. Then trade receivable, it is 4 means 4 times. Now we are doing problem on trade payable turnover ratio. The formula is mentioned here, trade payable turnover ratio equal to net credit purchase by average trade payables. Total purchase minus cash purchase equal to credit purchase. Then credit purchase less return than net credit purchase. That mean it is the total purchase minus cash purchase equal to credit purchase, and adjust the return, the net credit purchase, and average trade payable. Average trade payable means opening creditor plus closing creditors plus opening BP plus closing BP divided by 2 equal to average trade payable. Then average trade payable equal to opening sundry creditor and BP plus closing sundry creditors plus BP divided by 2, we will get average trade payables. The importance, I am again repeating, importance for trade receivable ratio is indicating the receiving duration of money from the debtors, receiving money, the how much time they are taking to make payment to us. That means the high ratio is indicating we are quickly receiving the money. That means it is we are getting the liquidity for the business, because some money are blocked due to debtors on the ground of credit sales. Similarly, when we are receiving the money, now we are getting credit from the creditors for purchasing raw material. We are getting credit, and it is more important the payment duration. It is indicating the ratio is high. That means we are smoothly, rapidly, without minimum duration, we are making payment, because all suppliers, they are ready to observe this ratio of this company. What is the payment duration and how much time the company will take to release the payment to the suppliers. that is important for the organization. The promptness of receiving or the duration of receiving or realization period of the debtors. Similarly, the promptness or how prompt we are making payment to our creditors. So, small problem is given here. They calculate payable turnover ratio, that is formula is mentioned here. What is this third formula? Net credit purchase, credit that is equal to trade payable turnover ratio equal to what? The net credit purchase. Net credit purchase, I have explained. Net credit purchase means total purchase minus cash purchase, then credit purchase. Credit purchase minus return related to credit purchase. The net credit purchase divided by average trade payable. Average trade payable, average trade payable, and it is also expressed in time. Net credit purchase, that means there is no return, only purely is given the credit purchase because cash purchase is not included. So, we are directly getting the figure, it is 6 lakh. And opening creditor and closing creditor by 2. Opening creditor 1,44,000, closing creditor 96,000 divided by 2. It is the numerator or it is the denominator, that is 6 lakh divided by, it is how much it is? 1,44,000 plus 96,000. How much we are getting? We are getting how much? That is, we are getting 1,44,000 plus 1,44,000 plus 96,000 equal to 2,40,000. 2,40,000 divided by 2, we are getting 1,20,000. 1,20,000. Then 6 lakh divided by 120 equal to, we are getting 5, that means 5 times. We can express is also, I am again explaining about debtor turnover and creditor turnover. We can express it in terms of days, week, also month. If it is want to get the month, okay, then express in month, then it will be, express is month means 5 times. How many months in a year? 12 by 5. That means turnover, creditor turnover is 12 divided by 5, that means 2.4 months. That is, we are making payment, or organization, maybe X, Y, Z company are making payment to their creditor in every 2 from the date of due to date of payment is taking 2.4 months. If it is, we want to express in days, weeks, then in weeks. What in the weeks? 52 divided by 5. 52 weeks, that is 52 by 5 equal to every 10.4 weeks. The company or the organization or the entrepreneur is making payment to their creditor. the same formula for the related to time. From the times may be converted into months, then week, then days. We can in days also we can convert days. 365 by 5, then 365 divided by 5, that means 73 days. Every 3 days from the date of purchasing to date of payment, the organization is 73 days or 10.4 weeks or 2.4 months. In the same way, we can calculate the receiving duration related to trade receivable. We can calculate this formula. This time calculation is applicable in the same way for trade debtors and trade receivables and trade payables. Now going to start working capital turnover ratio. What is working capital? I am repeatedly discussing in all classes, maximum classes. Working capital equal to current asset minus current liabilities. At the beginning of the ratio analysis, I have already discussed what are the current asset, what are the current items of current liabilities. So no need to mention here. At the time of doing, I will give more explanation. The working capital turnover ratio equal to, it is revenue from operations, that means sales, usually sales, by working capital. Working capital equal to, I have already the working current asset minus current liabilities. Current asset minus current liability is equal to working capital. Current asset, I have already explained in the beginning of the ratio analysis. Current liabilities also. Revenue from operation, usually we consider the sales, that is the net sales. It may be credit sales or cash sales, whatever may be. So what is the importance of ratio analysis? Importance of working capital turnover ratio analysis. What is the importance? Important is, remember first, when working capital turnover is more, that is, it is a good symptoms of this organization. It is indicating the working capital has been efficiently utilized for making goods or services for sales. That is, there is a good sales, as a result there is a turnover of working capital to making the goods or services efficiently. That means for making sales, working capital are utilizing properly or efficiently. The formula is revenue from operation and by working capital. Usually it is expressed in time. Now we are now doing from this. What is this? Revenue from operation, that means cash sales. Revenue from operation, that is cash sales plus credit sales minus sales return, that means net revenue from operation. Net revenue from operation equal to cash sales or is credit sales by working capital. Working capital is ready-madely available here. Working capital, I have already working capital equal to current asset minus current liability. Also importance of working capital turnover ratio. It is indicating the work that whether the working capital has been utilized efficiently for making sales or not. It is a good turnover, working capital turnover ratio, indicating the good symptoms of the business for production and sales. So cash sales equal to is 5,20,000, it is cash sales. Then credit sales equal to 24 lakh, that is cash plus credit sales minus return 40,000. 40,000, that is revenue from operation or not net revenue or net revenue. Net revenue from operation equal to cash sales plus credit sales minus sales return equal to this. And working capital is mentioned here equal to how much? Working capital. What is working capital here? Working capital equal to current asset minus current liabilities, that is 12 lakh minus 2,40,000, that is current asset minus current liabilities. Now we are going to 5,20,000. It is 5,20,000 equal to cash sales plus credit sales equal to 24 lakhs. We are adding 24 lakhs. Total sales comes to 29 lakhs 20,000. 29 lakhs 20,000, and we are deducting sales return, that is 40,000 upon what? 12 lakh is the current asset. 12 lakh. 12 lakh is current asset. Now we are deducting current liability 2,40,000. As a result, net working capital, that means working capital equal to 9,60,000. Now I am rubbing this portion and making calculation, that is equal to the numerator, that means revenue from operation equal to 29 lakh 20,000 minus 40,000 equal to, it comes to 28 lakh 80,000. It is revenue from operation, and working capital is 9,60,000. So it will be divided by 9,60,000. It comes to 3. That means 3 times. That means every 90 days. 3 times. 3 times means we can every express in terms of, that means every 4 months. That means in month, that is equal to 12 by 3 equal to 4 months. We can express it also, I have already, in terms of days, in terms of week, we can express. That means idea is given on the turnover ratio. Inventory turnover ratio related to activity ratio. Inventory turnover ratio, then trade receivable turnover ratio, then trade payable turnover ratio, and working capital turnover ratio. Then I am making a lesson plan for the next class. That means we have already done, that is ratio related to, that means solve that. Now we have our sub katte ho. Now I am making my plan for the next class. Before that, I want to say class is more or less primary level or elementary level. We have completed liquidity ratio, then solvency ratio. Now we are completed just now the turnover ratio or activity ratio. In the turnover or activity ratio is known as also turnover ratio. Related to turnover ratio or activity ratio, Last 2-3 classes I have completed inventory turnover ratio, trade receivable turnover ratio, trade payable turnover ratio, working capital turnover ratio. Now the lesson plan, I am making another lesson plan to start in the next class, that is the rest ratio, profitability ratio. Profitability ratio I want to start in the next class. In the profitability ratio, there is one gross profit ratio, then net profit ratio, then operating ratio, gross profit, operating profit, operating, then net profit, then return on investment, GP ratio, gross profit ratio, then operating profit ratio, then operating ratio, then net profit ratio, then return on investment. And after completion of the profitability ratio analysis, we will switch over to cash flow statement. All are requested to follow the class properly. First, thereafter, I will invite all of you for revision classes with a lot of example of different types. Thanks all of you.